View the full First Alert forecast.
As a Gator fan, we don't like being losers.
Well, because they should have won more games. I mean, shoot, they're the Florida Gators.
The voice of frustrated Gator fans has finally been heard. Will Muschamp is on the way out as Gators head coach. And Muschamp is being forced out, but he will get to finish the season.
That's right. He has 2 more games, but that's not going to make a difference. It's not going to save his job. Action Sports' Dan Hicken is live tonight in Gainesville. And Dan, what are you hearing from UF leaders?
Yeah, he will coach 2 more games for the University of Florida, and why not? He's done everything right for the University of Florida except win football games, and in the end, that's what he's judged on. Will Muschamp is out. 47 games as the Gators head coach, only 27 wins. That means 20 losses. Understand this, in his last 27 games, Will Muschamp was just 13-14 as head coach at the University of Florida, and that, gang, is unacceptable, and that's why Jeremy Foley decided to make a change. Muschamp did release a statement earlier today through the University of Florida. He'll meet with the media tomorrow at high noon, and he understands what's going on. He himself has said it over and over again. This is a results-oriented business, and the bottom line is you have to win. I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to do that here at the University of Florida. When he was hired, he called it a dream job. The dream turned into a nightmare over the last 4 years. Jeremy Foley, the school's athletics director, also releasing a statement as well, and basically saying, look, the bottom line here at the University of Florida is we expect to compete and win championships on an annual basis. We don't think the program was headed in the right direction. So Muschamp is out. Jeremy Foley and Will Muschamp both will have press conferences tomorrow at noon. We'll be here for both of those, and we'll see you a little bit later on Action Sports 360 as we look back at Will Muschamp and look ahead to who might be the next University of Florida coach. We're live in Gainesville. I'm Dan Hicken, Action News Jax.
And Gator Nation is already speculating on who should replace Will Muschamp. It's the topic of our Action News poll. Who should be the Gators' next head coach? You decide. We give you 6 options to choose from. You can take the poll right now on actionnewsjax.com.
And be sure to stay with us for continuing coverage on this Muschamp story. We're going to have reports from Gainesville tomorrow, beginning on Action News this morning. Then at noon, we'll be covering the Gators news conference live from Gainesville. We'll have it on TV, and we're going to stream it live to your mobile device as well. For the first time, we're hearing from one of the hundreds of girls who was part of the largest sextortion cases ever prosecuted.
And the man convicted was from right here in Northeast Florida, but his victims were young girls all over the nation. Action News' Deanna Bettineschi joins us live from the FBI office in Jacksonville. And Deanna, Lucas Chancellor is now behind bars for the rest of his life, naturally, all because this young woman spoke up.
And agents with the FBI say there are hundreds of victims just like Ashley, who I spoke with tonight over Skype. And she says while at first she was afraid to share her story, now she can't wait to get her message out to everyone. Ashley Reynolds relives the moment 6 years ago when she became a victim of child exploitation. She says Lucas Chancellor reached out to her on social media and threatened her to send him naked pictures.
He just kept harassing me. It wouldn't stop. And he got to the point where I feel like he got into my head.
After weeks of harassment, Reynolds says she gave in and sent him naked pictures. But she says the threats didn't stop until her mom went on her social media page and found out what was going on.
My mom's the one that looked through my MySpace and was a parent and sat me down, and I finally got to tell her about everything I was going through.
She and her mom contacted the authorities and got Chancellor put away for more than 100 years. She also found out she wasn't alone. Action News learned through court documents that Chancellor had 350 victims.
I'm not going to stop until the entire nation is aware that this issue of child exploitation, the whole sexting craze that's going on, it needs to be addressed. It needs to be a kitchen table conversation.
And she says although she was never physically touched, the psychological damage she had to deal with has been very difficult. Reporting live on the South Side, Deanna Bettineschi, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Court documents in this case show that Chancellor had some 80,000 pictures of young girls on his computer. And to give you some perspective, if you looked at every picture, one picture every second, it would take more than 22 hours to look at them all.
Lanes are back open tonight after this rollover crash in Lake City. The police department there tweeted out this photo just before 8 o'clock tonight. The crash is at the intersection of Main and Bias Streets. No word yet on any injuries in this crash. Tonight, friends and family are pausing to remember the life of a 15-year-old killed by a hit-and-run driver exactly a year ago. Haley Smith's family shed tears during a prayer service at the St. Augustine Beach Pier. She was hit while walking along Kenton Morrison Road. Still no arrest, and her mother says it's important to keep her case fresh in the community's mind.
Tonight is about celebrating Haley's life and giving an opportunity for all of her friends and family to come out and just remember her and celebrate her.
Haley's mom says the number of hit and runs has gotten out of control. We checked with the Florida Highway Patrol and found there were almost 1,900 hit and run crashes since the first of the year, just in St. Johns County, and 9 of them were fatal.
Crime scene investigators spent a second day collecting evidence from the scene of Friday night shooting in Springfield. And as we first reported on Saturday, Stephen Robinson and Malcolm Baker were shot inside the boarding house on Cottage Avenue. A resident tells Action News crime scene investigators were still out there at 4:30 today, more than 42 hours after the crime was first reported.
The White House confirms the death of American aid worker in an ISIS video. The video shows a masked man with a British accent claiming to have beheaded Peter Kasich. He was kidnapped last year in Syria. The video also shows the mass killings of Syrian soldiers. Kasich's parents issued a statement saying they have heard the reports and are asking for privacy.
Caught on camera, video showing just how close the shot-down Malaysia Airlines jet came to hitting homes in Ukraine. It shows people surprised and unsure what to do as wreckage from the jet burns just yards from their homes. The jet was shot down in July, killing all 298 people on board. And Dutch investigators finally began collecting debris from the crash site, which is in an area controlled by pro-Russian separatists. The wreckage will be taken by train to a government-controlled city in eastern Ukraine.
Clay County deputies need help solving a break-in case. They're looking for this man in the photo. They think he may know something about a break-in at a home in Poteet Road in Clay Hill Friday morning. They say he was last seen driving a white Chevy pickup with a Florida tag.
The body of a student who died 80 years ago at a notorious state school for boys will now be buried by his family. Thomas Vernado was 13 when he died in 1934. His remains were among numerous bodies found in a cemetery at the Dozier School for Boys in the Panhandle. Varnado will be buried November 24th in Plant City. Investigators from the University of South Florida have found and identified 55 sets of remains in unmarked graves. Nature's power flaring over America's last frontier.
When we come back tonight, we're going to take you to Alaska. Or at least we're going to show you a video of Alaska and explain why this remote volcano is still causing problems for hundreds of people there.
A First Alert weather day for your Monday. I'll detail a strong storm system hour by hour, let you know when it'll affect you in the First Alert forecast.
And supporting military girls, how the USO is helping them with some beautiful gifts. That's after the break.
Join Phil Amato and the Action News team tomorrow morning at 5 on CBS 47 Action News. Tomorrow at 5, synthetic pot, dangerous enough to kill. CBS 47 Action News investigates if a local store is skirting the law.
We want to know why you guys are selling synthetic cannabinoids.
The sale, the store's denial, and the lab results that expose the truth.
They need to be prosecuted. They need to be shut down.
Join John Bachman and Tanika Hughes tomorrow at 5, only on CBS 47 Action News. Coverage you can count on.
This is the best lineup Chevy has ever offered, and the team at Coggin Chevrolet is in celebration mode. Come check out the all-new redesigned 2015 Chevy Tahoe with payments as low as $399 per month, only at Coggin Chevrolet at the Avenues.
You've been injured in a car accident. You can't work. You're getting hammered with medical bills, and you've got a family to provide for. What do you do now? Log on to fairandfairer.com and click on our live help button, and within seconds, you'll be in a live one-on-one chat with one of our agents who can answer your questions and put you in touch with one of our attorneys. Day or night, you're not alone. Log on, click for live help, and take action. Fairer and Fairer, protecting you and your family since 1979.
The holiday season is here, which means it's time for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. For practically just your signature, you could drive home for the holidays in a German-engineered Volkswagen, like the sporty, advanced new Jetta and the 2015 Motor Trend Car of the Year all-new Golf. If you're wishing for a new Volkswagen this season, just about all you need is a finely tuned pen.
Hurry in and get zero do-it signing, zero down, zero deposit, and zero first month's payment on select new Volkswagen models.
It is only right that we are nonprofit and never take commissions. It is only fair that we keep rates low. And we've always held that our life insurance products should never be bound by fine print or military restrictions. At Navy Mutual, we've been providing life insurance for current and former Marine, Navy, and Coast Guard families for over 130 years. And while much has changed, the compass that guides us never has.
This is the best lineup Chevy has ever offered, and the team at Coggin Chevrolet is in celebration mode. Get up to $10,000 off any 2014 Chevy All-Star Silverado, or payments as low as $249 a month, only at Coggin Chevrolet at the Avenues.
The First Alert 7-day forecast is always available on air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by VyStar, where we never forget that it's your money.
This month, we pause to honor our military members, but today, the children of those serving our country are taking center stage. More than 400 teenagers and their families were welcomed with a round of applause, as you just heard, at the USO's That's My Dress event. The event gives girls the chance to enjoy a fashion show, pick out a dress for prom, and raid the beauty bar. It's all thanks to $1 million in donations, including $28,000 in makeup and perfume, and more than $800,000 in dresses designed by Sherry Hill.
1,000 runners are resting tonight after day 2 of the St. Augustine Half Marathon. We caught up with some of those runners as they made it toward the finish line, many of them running for someone they love to raise money for cancer research. Now, one of those runners was the owner of one of the most popular restaurants in St. Augustine. He's a cancer survivor. They raised $50,000 today for prostate cancer research.
Airlines are being warned to avoid airspace near an erupting volcano in Alaska. The volcano is spitting ash at least 30,000 feet above sea level for the 3rd day. Authorities say it's possible for the eruption to last for weeks or even months.
Now, your First Alert forecast.
Well, we're declaring tomorrow First Alert weather day due to a strong cold front that is heading on by towards our area here. Northeast Florida, southeastern Georgia. Currently, it is over parts of, say, Louisiana towards Mississippi and even up into parts of Alabama. But right now, 5-Sweep First Alert Doppler HD is dry. That'll be a different story tomorrow. Look at this. This is coming towards us, and this is representative of a storm system with a cold front and also another frontal boundary up towards Atlanta. And we'll also have some cold air behind it. Look at that snow falling in parts of Arkansas. That's a tornado watch box that we could see some severe weather here associated with this. We'll have to see if we get any watches or warnings. Of course, we'll bring that to you first here in the First Alert Weather Center and online at actionnewsjax.com. But right now we see just a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky, a little bit of patchy fog moving in right now. Here's our hour-by-hour forecast. Pay attention to this. This will help you plan your day throughout your Monday. Southerly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, switching to the southwest right before the front and storms began to get here. You'll see the clouds on the increase throughout the morning. Here's 10 a.m. And as meteorologist Ariel Nixon will show you around noontime on CBS 47 Action News at noon, you'll likely be seeing on First Alert Doppler HD a line of thunderstorms extending just west of Waycross down to Valdosta, Georgia, over towards the Big Bend of Florida towards Tallahassee. And then this line of thunderstorms will likely make it to Waycross around, say, the midday time frame and just near, say, Columbia County and west of Lake City. This, when you see a line like this, usually means we'll be seeing some straight line wind damage, perhaps, and the tornado risk is actually not zero for this, the way this atmosphere is set up. So we'll be monitoring that, of course, in the First Alert Weather Center. Notice the deep purples and reds. This will be some heavy rain, even the possibility of a little bit of small hail extending from Brunswick all the way down to southern Charlton County and then towards Jacksonville, Duval County, towards Clay County as well in the early afternoon. Here's around 2 to 3 o'clock. That's when we'll be tracking this here in the First Alert Weather Center going into parts of Duval. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish will be here. I'll be here as well during the afternoon hours to get you through this little storm system here. So some damaging wind possible going through Jacksonville, and pretty much everyone here in our viewing area has the opportunity to see some rain and thunderstorms. And then the cold front will sweep on by. Winds will switch to the northwest. It'll get breezy and cooler. Waycross, you'll cool off first with that cold front passing by you, and then the skies will clear like this. You can see the wind stream lines going through out of the northwest going towards the southeast. It'll be a chilly evening, and it'll be the start of some very chilly temperatures and downright freezing temperatures. 54 is the best we'll do on Tuesday on our 7-day forecast. Your weekend always in view, of course. The sky will be clear, but only making it to the mid-50s and even the lower 50s in some locations in our inland communities. 40 for the morning low on Tuesday, but look at that, a freeze and even a hard freeze in the lower to mid-20s in our inland communities from Waycross down to Lake City. You can see the mid to upper 20s here near Jacksonville and the mid to upper 30s at the beaches. 31 by Thursday morning. So still a freeze technically. 65 degrees for the afternoon high. Friday upper 60s. There's the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, back to Florida. 70 and 75. And then there's a few isolated showers as well by Sunday. You can always get this forecast anytime. It's just a click away. There you can download the First Alert weather app and stream any weather coverage live.
All right, well, thanks for being with us tonight, and join us again tomorrow for Action News This Morning.
And Action Sports 360 is next. Take care.
Synthetic pot sold openly in a local store. Tomorrow at 5.
Men, if you're considering divorce, consider this. You'll need the facts. I'm Kenny Lay with your men-only family law firm. Get the facts before you act. menonlyfamilylawnly.com.
The Lincoln Wish List event is going on now at North Florida Lincoln. Lease a 2015 Lincoln MKZ for just $299 a month with $31.59 due at signing. This holiday, drive in luxury only at North Florida Lincoln, Jacksonville's exclusive Lincoln dealer.
CBS 47 WJAX-TV, home of Action News.
Cracked or broken windshield? Call Lee & Kate's Glass today for all your glass needs. We meet or beat all insurance-required pricing, plus we handle all the paperwork. Windshield repairs not covered by insurance? Our in-shop cash price is just $39.95. Don't be steered out of your way. Call Lee & Kate's Glass today.